trusted sources for your gear. There's a very big difference between real gear and fake gear. Fake gear, if you're doing it and nothing's fucking happening, but you've changed everything for the right reasons, you know, your nutrition's on the up, your supplements are on point, 2 weeks into a cycle, and you're noticing fuck all. Let's walk. Walk and talk at the same time. So I filmed a video in Muscleworks for the channel. Sat there for freaking, it must have been a good 15-20 minutes, and I was explaining, is there ever a right time to prep, which was a good subject in its own, and I was fresh off training and thinking at the time about loads of things. I suppose, just to break it down and go into layman's terms, because I'll cover some other stuff today, ultimately there's never a perfect time to prep. There's always stuff going on in your life. If you are living your life waiting for an opportune moment to then get ready for the stage, it's really, really unlikely you're going to have that, ever get that. There's going to be something going on. A friend of mine the other day, I'll tell Yannicka about this in a minute, she doesn't know, but a friend of mine who she does know, their dad got rushed into hospital the other day, and that kind of sparked a lot of thought of, oh, squirrel, just jumped across there to there.
Oh, there it is.
So it sparked the thoughts of like how spontaneous things happen. They happen out of the blue and they're not always something that you can control. Bear in mind, like, the things that you can control that still go wrong, and then there's things that go wrong that aren't in your control. So what I'm just trying to say is, if you're just sitting there waiting to get ready for a show, like, I've got to have a good 16 weeks of where everything just goes my way, it's not very likely going to happen. You know, you got to do what's within your power to keep things as good as they can be. And a lot of the time, it's just a mental approach to it. You're really in control of how bad things make you feel and how good they make you feel. And I'm very guilty of this. I can allow things that aren't actually that bad to feel like they're a lot heavier than they are. And that is something that you have to learn to master, because if you can master that, then you can prep for a show no matter what's going on. Anyway, that was the basis of that. I won't go into that too much today because I kind of did it and haven't got the same quality of words and terminology and thought behind it that I had the other day. I thought we could just cover a couple of subjects while we walk to the coffee shop. Is it the NPC European coming up, the show that I won a few years ago? And we've got a lot of people doing that. Regan Grimes, if you haven't checked out the latest podcast, Regan on the channel, it's on the channel now, where they're discussing intra-workout carbohydrates. But Regan's doing the show, Nathan Diash is doing the show. Good Vito was doing the show, but he's apparently not able to get a visa. I think because he's Russian, some stuff like that, whatever's going on in the world. Anyway, it's a really good show. Blessing's doing it as well.
Theo.
So Theo's doing it. Theo and Nathan have won this show before as well as I have. Do you know what I mean? They're lucky I'm not doing it this year, that's all I'm saying. That show's going to be really good.
Is it a Flex Pro, not the European?
Flex Pro, sorry. Flex Pro.
Yeah.
There is a European coming up as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you know what? Because there's so many shows in Europe, and they've all got these funky names now, so I always look at all of them like they're NPC European, because you're winning a show in Europe, and you're kind of considered the best European bodybuilder if you win those, which is a good thing. What I actually wanted to discuss today, really quickly, do people place too much emphasis on anabolic steroids? Meaning not them themselves, but you'll notice that today there's a far more vast catalogue of what's available out there. And I've noticed a very high increase in interest and almost obsession into people trying to find less common products. So more illustrious, rarer items. People are very keen to have something and try something that no one else has. It's like a lot of things in life. Rarity, I suppose, gets your attention, doesn't it? In bodybuilding, you're trying to get either one or two responses. You're either on your way up trying to put on extra muscle, or you're on your way down trying to maintain muscle. Both are relying on the fact that you're doing something that's going to help you synthesize protein, muscle production turnover, recover from training, make use of the calories you're consuming. Every single one of these drugs in the index will do that. Of course, some are more researched than others, some are more evidently known than others, less side effects or proven side effects, so you're able to walk into a chosen cycle with more understanding of what you're walking into. And then there are a lot of these other drugs now that we don't know so much about. My advice would be, if you're trying to honestly get ready for a competition or choose to bodybuild and you're choosing to be assisted, is like anything, stick to the things that have some research behind them, have some evidence behind them. And I don't mean just scientific evidence, I don't mean like actual looking for literature to explain the compound and what it does. I mean, who do you know that has done it? How did they get on? What was their experience with it? And can they recommend honestly? Because there's a lot of people out there, obviously, that will try to sell you an idea or physically sell you something for more because it's meant to be the holy grail. I'm sure Evan and the other guys in here will totally agree. I've obviously just started working with Milos, And I'll tell you now, the list of compounds that I've been suggested to do, not forced, suggested, just want to highlight that, are all the basics from way back in the day. Your nandrolone, your Dynabol, your sustanon. Things that all of you would have heard of. There are a lot of things out there now like trestolone, primabone acetate tablets, peptides. The return you're going to get from them, it very well could be the same. Very well could be. One of these things are harder to get hold of. Again, they have less evidence behind them. And you don't really know what they are. Like, how many forms of testosterone derivative can there really be? Jannika's obviously filming. Sometimes I feel like buying a bike. Anyway, I know I've been saying anyway and waffling on for quite a bit. It's normally the younger guys out there that I get a lot of questions from, because obviously young people walking into the sport, you're the guys that go online and look at places like this and listen to the words of people like us in order to get your, you know, your baseline knowledge. Dotty's Tea House. So, you know, my position in the industry, you know, I still compete. My objective is to just give you some honest feedback really on how to approach this without overcomplicating matters. So that's one thing. That's one subject covered. Keep it simple. That's an old saying that we swear by here in the UK. KIFS, it says. It's KIFS, so it's KIFS, and it just stands for keep it fucking simple. The second thing I wanted to discuss real quickly was my preparations with Milos so far. Just a quick rundown, because I know I want to start using this channel more as a place for me to kind of keep you in the loop with that. We're a few weeks in. And on the subject of anabolics, I actually think I started the initial few weeks of this plan using some stuff that wasn't very good. I basically had a 2-week period where I went from being on like TRT in my recovery from the gynecomastia to full-on cycle for 2 weeks, and Janik will tell you, I weren't putting on any weight. Like, I literally upped my food because Milos upped my protein, introduced more carbohydrates around training and a lot of the protocols that Milos follows. Obviously, yeah, introduced the cycle, and I honestly was waking up every day weighing exactly the same weight, and I knew that something wasn't right. I was in the gym and I was doing stuff like squats, which I'm very comfortable with. You know, I like to squat. Shit felt heavy. I've been resting, I've been sleeping, I have been actually less mobile than I normally am, just in order to recover better, and I just noticed that there was something not quite right. So 2 days ago I went and saw a friend of mine who has the bits that I normally use, and I've managed to put them back in. I'm 2 days in, and I'll tell you something, I can already feel my sex drive is different, because I've been like
because I'm home.
it might be that as well, but because me and Jordan always say, Jordan Peters, a friend of mine, we always say we feel like asexual plants, basically just have no sex drive sometimes, like, and we always laugh about it. But yeah, 2 days back on my regular stuff, and getting a bit chubby. Trusted sources for your gear. There's a very big difference between real gear and fake gear. Fake gear, if you're doing it and nothing's fucking happening, but you've changed everything for the right reasons, you know, your nutrition's on the up, your training's hard, your supplements are on point. If you're 2 weeks into a cycle, orals included as well, Dynabol, and you're noticing fuck all, but yet you've forced everything in a direction that should indicate change, then definitely question it. I'm not an impatient man, but there was something definitely wrong, and I've been doing this long enough to know, you know. You go from doing 150 milligrams of testosterone a week to 750, you should be noticing something going on, especially downstairs, and I was noticing nothing. So that is that. This part of High Street is where my the gym that he first started in. It's no longer there. I was speaking to Anth Bales yesterday on Instagram. Anth's a pro from here. He's friends with Jose Raymond and great bodybuilder. But he was training Nathan for legs. In the video they showed off one of the hack squats they were using, which was an old piece that we had in that gym. Obviously I'm opening a gym in December. I'm still looking for unique pieces of equipment, not just the brand unique, but unique pieces. If anybody out there has any good links for equipment and would like to get in touch, feel free, hit me up on my Instagram. There's an email in my so yeah, I'm shamelessly using this platform also to get some attention about some equipment now. But yeah, we're going to be opening in December. Small update on that. Things are coming together. It's quite slow just because some things with like health and safety. Managed to book a person in to do some wall art, obviously just waiting for him to finish a job. Our builder, Tony, nice chap, he's just got a couple of little jobs at the minute. But yeah, it's slowly coming there. We've got most of the equipment already. We're waiting for a Prime delivery. Fingers crossed that comes on time. I know that Prime has long lead times, but we've been promised and assured that it's well in date. We have a lot of Atlantis pieces. We have some old Cybex pieces floating around, some Strive equipment, which was obviously now Prime. But I'm a sucker for kit, and I've been doing a little bit of hunting online. They're like, it's been so shit since Brexit because all these things you have to pay import taxes and stuff. So we never used to have to pay any of that. basically Europe and England were basically one uniform place where if you sent something overseas, you paid fuck all. Now you're paying almost what you would be paying for the item itself. So it's ridiculous. Anything else going on? We got a GASP trip in September where we're over there for the NPC Sweden Pro Qualifier and Regional. That's really good. We were there last time in May, weren't we? They do 2 shows there a year. So if you're listening and you're from Scandinavia and you want to come and watch a good show and you want to get over to Sweden, that is on the 23rd, I think, of September. It's a really good show. Get in touch if you want to know any more details. And that's it really for now. I'm back to training. The next video we do for the channel will be some training. I'll be filming with Maddie from Fade Film. She's just been busy. She was actually, I wanted to have her film today, but she's actually working today, doing quite a big job for some like corporate shit. So today it's just us vlogging, and it's okay. Yannicka does a great job. I got my microphones and all the equipment. So hopefully this is good enough for you guys for today. But we'll catch up on the next one. We're going to do some shopping now or whatever she's doing. And yeah, really great to catch up with you all, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.